Hey, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now this week there really wasn't anything really going on. I mean, literally, I didn't see anything. I guess they're going to reboot the Pirates of the Caribbean, supposedly, without Johnny Depp. We'll see. That's about the only thing I saw. You know, I'm not sure if I mentioned it last time or not, but I know they're working on a reboot of I Am Legend, or they're going to do a sequel or something to that. We'll see. They just started pumping out season 2 of Wheel of Time, which the show has nothing to do with the books, hardly at all. It has a, it throws in the, Aes Sedai or whatever, and the fucking, a few of the characters' names and shit, but none of it goes along with the books. It's really screwed up. It's not even the Wheel of Time. None of the characters look like they're supposed to look like. They race and gender swapped everybody. It's just fucking retarded. But, that's the way it goes with the woke crowd. Anyways, I just got done watching this movie called Hidden Strike. It's got Jackie Chan and John Cena in it. An action film. Apparently it was made in Hong Kong, I'm guessing. The story is basically, a group of mercenaries get hired to steal some codes from some type of oil company in China, and one of the main mercenary guys, he wants the codes so he can steal the oil, blah blah blah. John Cena gets involved because his little brother gets him involved. It turns out that Jackie Chan is the leader of the group that's trying to get the people that work on the oil rig out. So he's part of a Chinese government squad or whatever, trying to get him out. They're like in Iraq or some shit, Pakistan, somewhere around there. Anyways, as they're going through, trying to get them out, Jackie Chan's trying to get them out, John Cena's group comes in there and steals the main scientist of the oil rig or whatever, and kidnaps her. Jackie Chan later finds out where John Cena is, and then John Cena and him kind of team up because John Cena figures out that this head mercenary or whatever, he kills his brother, little brother. And the only reason why John Cena did the job is because he was trying to get some money for a village he lives in, where he's trying to help them build a new water well, and it costs a bunch of money. So anyways, he ends up helping Jackie Chan against the mercenary squad, and they end up eventually wiping him out, and that's the end of the movie. It was okay for an action flick. Wasn't bad, wasn't horrible. It's a Jackie Chan movie. Most of his movies I like. John Cena was okay in it. He's not the greatest, but he's alright. Uh, I give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. Uh, if you just want something, if you're bored, want something to watch, uh, go ahead and watch it. It's alright. It's not bad. Alright, let's get on to your B movie reviews. Okay, movie holics, this week is Horror Week. I picked a couple of older 80 flicks, uh, ones that I never even heard of. I didn't even know about them. One of them is, the first one is called Chiller. It was done in 1985, and apparently it was directed by Wes Craven, back when he was doing the Twilight Zone series. He didn't write the story, but he directed the movie. And like I said, it was a TV made movie. I went ahead and checked it out just because it had Wes Craven's name on it. Basically, the story is, it has to do with cryogenics, which, when it has to do with freezing humans or whatever it's called, cryonics, not cryogenics, but cryonics. When you're dealing with freezing humans. Anyways, he froze this guy, and apparently he basically died. And then there's a malfunction at the very beginning of the movie of his stasis chamber, and it's thawing him out. It's de-thawing him. Now, it's been 10 years. I took a chance and looked up to see when they started doing this crap, and it got started somewhere in the early 60s. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because I was all like, I thought that was fairly new, but apparently not. It's been around for a while. Anyways, he's thawing out, so they're going to have to go ahead and revive him. They figure out it's an old disease that they can now cure, that he supposedly was died of. So they do. They had to get him a new liver, because that was part of the problem. I don't remember what the disease was, but it had to do with the liver. So they replaced the liver, and they brought him back. Now, when they bring him back, he doesn't become revived right at first. I mean, he's kind of like in a comostasis, and they have to put him on life support and stuff. And his mother, she gets involved. The main guy is Michael Beck, and the mother is Beatrice Straight, played by Beatrice Straight. But her son, Michael plays her son. Now, apparently, there was somebody running the company. They had a company that his father left him, and their best friend was running the company for him. But now that Michael's back, he's taken over the company. He eventually comes out of the coma stage, and he kind of has some weird looking eyes at first, but then they go away. There is a priest involved, and he thinks that Michael has come back without a soul, because he's been dead for 10 years, supposedly. So he thinks he came back without a soul. Michael's kind of killing people left and right, and running the company the way he wants to run it. And he's kind of a dick. Eventually he tries to kill not only the priest, but he tries to kill his mother, and some young woman who's living with his mother tries to kill her too. Now I'm not sure if she's actually part of the family or not. I can't remember if she was part of the family. But he tries to kill her too. His mother stops him and sticks him in like some kind of cold freezer at the end, and some cops show up. She ends up having to kill, shooting him and killing him towards the end, and that's pretty much the end of the movie, you know. It was okay. It was more of a thriller than it was a horror flick to me, just because it dealt with, you know, cryogenics, which isn't a, you know, proven science yet. So I don't know, it was alright. It was a thumbs up, thumbs down. It's worth a one-time watch. Plus it was a TV movie, so, you know, it's not going to be all that great. Check it out if you want. The next one I watched was called, sorry, I've been under the weather a little bit lately. The next one was called Zombie Nightmare, and it was done in 1987. It was so low budget. I didn't find any box office numbers for this. It's one of those that was done on Mystery Science Theater 3000 or whatever. You know, it was pretty low budget. It starred Adam West, but it also had, surprisingly, and probably the only real reason to watch this movie, it had Tia Career in it. Now, she's the only reason worth watching that movie. Basically, the story is a revenge story. This kid gets killed by a group of silly kids, and then the mother wants revenge, so she calls on this old voodoo lady, or old black woman who knows voodoo, and the voodoo priestess tells her that she can resurrect him long enough to get revenge, and that's it. So the mother agrees to it. So throughout the movies, you know, the zombie kid's going around killing those who ran over him with a car, is how he got killed. So he's going around killing these teenagers that ran him over with a car. On top of that, the voodoo priestess also resurrected him, because at the very beginning of the movie you see two guys trying to, like, well, they didn't actually do anything. They were going to. They kind of assaulted her, and it almost looked like they were going to rape her or whatever, but it made no sense because it's right in broad daylight where everybody could see. But this family walks by, and the husband tries to stop it, and one of the guys ends up stabbing him, killing him. Apparently that was the mother and the boy, the mother's husband, the boy's father. So she's doing this because she owes them, blah blah blah, for saving her life, whatever. But she also wants revenge on those two now grown up. One's the police captain, which is Adam West, and the other one was this obnoxious punk ass kid's daddy, which he gets him. But anyways, that's basically what the story is revenge. And you know, she resurrects this kid as a zombie to kill these people. And he ends up killing all of them, I think. Pretty much. Well, at the end, the dad or whatever, the zombie kid, comes back as a zombie dad and drags the Captain Adam West to hell or some shit at the end of the movie. It was kind of silly. And you see this cop, you know, that was part of the force now. He's walking away at the very end. He was investigating the whole thing, you know. It was kind of cheesy and silly. And there's quite a few scenes in there where you're just going, what the fuck, you know? Like, he does this one scene where this before he turned into a zombie, but the kid, he's in a convenience store and he stops these two robbers and he goes and throws a punch, and you can tell it's not even close to the other dude's face. You know, he's like way off, and I'm just like laughing my ass off. And the guys that go in there before they rob the store, they're all like checking their gun and shit, but there's only two guys and they look dumb as shit. And they're checking their guns and making sure everything's loaded and everything. I'm like, what the nobody does that shit. Just silly stuff like that. It was ridiculous. But you saw certain stuff like that throughout the whole movie or whatever. But, you know, Tia career, yeah. Enough said, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she looked good. She always does. But the rest of the movie is pretty silly. And then this punk ass kid who ran him over or whatever, he's got the weirdest fucking hairdo. I mean, I understand 80s had some pretty fucked up hairdos, but this kid, it looked retarded on him. And he's trying to act like he's like this super badass, and he's just this scrawny looking nerd. It was just funny. It was like, no, they could have gotten someone better to play that part. It's so dumb. But anyways, I mean, if you're just looking for some 80s nostalgia, I wouldn't recommend this movie. It was pretty bad. Otherwise, you know, if you really, really want to check it out, go ahead. But I'm telling you, it is super cheesy, really bad. And I usually like 80s cheesy camping movies, but this one was bad. I give it 2 thumbs down. It was terrible. Check it out if you want. Anyways, that's all I have for you this round. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your comments or your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you have any suggestions, underrated movies or B movies that you think I may never even heard of, I may never have seen, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below. Again, I'm sorry. I'm recovering from being sick for the past week. So forgive me if I don't sound all that great on this video. My voice is a little messed up. But anyways, that's all I have for you this week. So until next time, I told you you'd be told the truth, and you've just been told.